Uh, this week, so first, we're gonna make a Zeta client patch. I think today. That was planned last week initially, but there was some rush on Friday, so we'll do it today or tomorrow, which will enable Bitcoin inscriptions on mainnet. V33, I set the deadline for August 1, which is Friday in 2 weeks. I mean, Friday of the next week. So we will finalize the authenticated call for three. The first integration for the new Cosmos CVM and Zeta connector integration for the gateway. That's the main part we're going to discuss today. Also initialized the milestone for the 34. I included some tasks that were for 23, but yeah, we'll discuss about what will be the next priorities. For the 33, I made some cleaning up. There are still a few tasks, and yeah, we're gonna discuss about it today. Outside of the blockchain milestones, I also initialized new milestone for the protocol contract. So the protocol contract, we do upgrades which are not directly related to the blockchain lifecycle. Like, for example, what we're working on currently, like adding the asset amount in the message context. So the goal will be to make upgrade this week or next week, and this will be completely independent for the blockchain upgrade. So in general, that's what we're going to do moving forward, having independent milestones for the protocol contract when it's not related to the blockchain, so we can track this better, set specific deadlines for this one. And yeah, so July, I call it July DevX improvements planned for this week, which I think it's almost completed anyway. That's for the updates. Anything to add?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the message context parameter. Basically, as I understand, we're adding new parameter with the asset, which is great. But at the same time, like as far as I understand, if we need to change something in the future, we're going to have to create one more parameter, right? Like now it's extended message context, then we'll have like extended message context plus or something.
I think we should
Uh,
rename this one. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, this one should be message context. The other one, legacy message context.
yeah, we can. It's just up what we agree on. I mean, Danny suggested to let other devs know about the our upgrade and to change interface also on their side, which will be great. So we will still have just the message. What's the message context struct? If that's not the case, we can change it to the extended message context version 1 or something like that. But yeah.
Lucas, in your comment, you meant let's call it message context, right?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be like future-proof, you would add version, but I think it's unlikely we're gonna modify it a lot in the future. This one is really something that were for the first implementation. Can
So
figure
basically,
it, yeah.
when this goes live, like before this goes live, we need to tell developers that this change is it's a breaking change. You need to update your contracts, right?
No. If the new core fail, we use the legacy one. Or no, here it's the opposite, but I think we should change the order, Sejan.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Got it.
So yeah, there will be not breaking change. We should first test though that there will be no issue brought, but we're gonna do it on testnet anyway. Cool. Yeah, it's something I wanted to talk about during the call anyway, but yeah, let's go through the topics. First, Cosmos EVM migration. Do you have anything to talk about? Stefan, there's still a peer I need to look at.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to ask a question regarding previous PR, but I was in the backstage.
Which one? The contracts?
For smart contracts, even smart contracts. Like, don't we also need to have an extra field with asset decimals? What is an amount, right? But if so, some assets have 18 decimals, others 9 or 8 in the extended message context.
You have the assets.
Yes.
And the message context.
I mean, like, but if we want to retrieve decimals, do we need to include this?
You can get it with the asset call, like
Okay.
ERC20 from asset and just query the decimals function.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, so I also have a question. So do we also need some actual field for SUI as well, like the amount?
No, this is on the EVM. You mean
for SUI? For SUI,
no,
we
for
have
SUI,
the asset.
You have access to the amount already. Yeah, you have the coin objects, and the coin object you can get the amount inside it.
Okay.
Cool. Let's get back to the Cosmos module. Do you have anything?
Yeah, just before that, there is also a question from Matt about protocol contracts in the chat.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can you create issue for that math? Like in the repo of a protocol contract. Yeah. Yeah, Stefan, you have anything?
Yes. So yeah, I posted a small update on the channel. Currently, we have a big PR that already can be reviewed. I fixed some of the comments that Dmitry left, but also if the rest of the team can take a look, that would be great. And about next steps here, I'm chatting with Cosmos EVM developer. He mentioned that next release 0.3 will be available soon, and he will let me know if I can already start integrating from their main branch. But for the actual release, mempool and few other things he mentioned are blockers at the moment, and we will probably have to wait for that in the next release when they will implement the mempool. And he said a few other key things. I'm not sure what else, but
Okay.
I guess we will just integrate as they release new stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm checking if I already can start with something.
The mempool, it's something we have already anyway. Like it's not implemented in our current module.
Yeah, I think my understanding is that Cosmos SDK application level mempool is not working that well. So they're implementing the new one. I think they mentioned they saw some issues with sequential transaction execution. So it seems that that we will have to use the new one. But I don't have more details about that. I will try to get more.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna upgrade as soon as they release.
Mhm.
But so 0.3, I think we should go with this, but maybe get some clarity what will be like some breaking changes
Mhm.
in the API. I don't think that will be an issue for us if it's just the API of the module. In the VM stay like stable. But yeah, we should check on that. And he also wanted to create fork of ZetaChain.
No, the fork of Cosmos CVM repo. I already have a fork, but it's not
Okay.
under
In
ZetaChain.
the
Yeah, if
okay.
somebody can create, we need it for migration and a couple other things. So yeah, if somebody can help creating that, I will move all the changes I did on my fork there, so we can review that as well. With pull requests or something, I will create that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be great for several people in the team to focus on reviewing the current code. Is there did you put on like some docs about the area of concerns? It's big peer. I think that would be great if we want to get it reviewed to know where are the parts. Someone check for security reviews. I think that's a lot of generic changes. But yeah, if you can have quick check for the area of concern, that would be great.
Yeah, especially after I move the changes to the fork, because I think those are more. Those are also there's some comments to add there as well, but I will do it.
Okay. I hear someone that want to say something.
Yeah, I'm switching mics. I think I've got the mic working now. It's the Cosmos/EVM one, right, Stefan? Just
Yes.
from the cool. I'll do that right now. It should be there in a minute.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and the test upgrade test is still an issue using the old version.
Sorry, can you
Like
repeat?
the upgrade test using two version of Zeta and Twent, that's the issue.
Yeah, so we introduced Dmitry introduced the ability to use the old version of Zeta end-to-end during running upgrade tests with the old version of Zeta Core, but there is additional work to be done here, because in meantime we added a couple of more updates in the setup EVM phases of Zeta end-to-end and things like that. So we need a generic solution for that as well. That can be worked on in parallel, because it's not exclusively focused on this, but currently upgrade tests are passing, but I commented out a couple of tests that are added recently. So
okay,
I can also check that this week, but yeah, that is additional thing to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Dimitri, if you work on the initial change, maybe you could look at it. What do you think?
Yeah, sure, I can help with this. The only caveat is that tomorrow I'll be off, but the rest of the week I'm available.
Okay.
Okay, we can sync once you're back, Dmitry. Maybe I will also have some more details on this.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sure. Thanks.
Yeah, if you could create an issue for that describe the full program, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we're gonna review early this week. Do you see a major blockers with the deadline of August 1? So end of next week. Right now it's blocking. We're still waiting for the full release, but it should be up soon, right?
Yeah, I mean, they said they will let me know in 1 hour about the timeline today, so I will check again. But I'm not sure about this mempool thing, so we need to
Yeah,
verify to be sure.
I mean, outside of mempool, like 0.3, 0.3 is not the mempool, right?
Yeah, it seems it's not. It's not mempool.
Okay. So do you see like major issue that would prevent to complete it from August 1?
Yeah, I mean, just external dependency and external timelines we don't have impact on, but aside of that, I don't know. I don't see anything else.
Okay, so yeah, we'll follow up later this week on that. I think that will be the main one. That might be blocking for the release. For Sui withdrawing core, so it's mostly done on the implementation, I think. Yeah, what remains is the local net support. If you could look at it, Charlie. ZetaChain.
Which local support? Oh, okay, so it's the local net repository, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay. I'll take a look.
I think that should be trivial if you completed the integration of that kind.
The Zeta client? Yeah, Zeta client is completed.
Yeah, so that should be not too hard for local nets.
Okay.
And the smart contract, so yeah, we'll review this one. So yeah, I don't see any issues for completing this one for V33. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we have a plan for like auditing? Because we can launch it in mainnet without report.
Yeah, I think that's less urgent than Cosmos because I mean, even if we upgrade, we'll have to enable with Rancor, so it's not like there is big time pressure. But yeah, we should look at it. It's Sui. I don't know if we had some partnership for Sui security review. We had company doing it, but yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything on that, Charlie, for Charlie McMahon for security reviews on Sui?
Like we've got some security researchers we can tap to do extra reviews. I mean, I think once the PR, like if you put together we just did the Sherlock audit. So if you have a list of the PRs of changes, like Omar could take a first look and then we can go and find one of our SUI researchers to take a look. Because my understanding, most of the SUI work has already been audited by Sherlock. This is just the withdraw and call edition, right?
Yeah, even
Cool.
the previous with Rancor, I think, was already in the scope of a previous audit. It's the modification for having authenticated with Rancor.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not that complex. That's the least complex for all the other tasks. Yeah, so I think this one will not be big problem for this release. It's almost completed, and we can wait for security reviews. Zeta connector, yeah, I thought that was good, but I look at the Epic. I think there are still a few things we need to look at. Yeah, so I think this one is still missing, ZetaChain, having documentation for deployment in the repo.
To having upgrade documentation, what script should be run, etc. Since I already wrote the migration plan.
Yeah, it's
Okay, I will check it. I saw
Yeah.
for previous upgrades.
Okay.
I wrote it. Okay, I will
Yeah,
write it.
it's very trivial. It's just we have a page for the deployment. We should have it for connector as well. It's much less complex than the migration. Yeah. Yeah, if you can do this one, so you can wrap it up. That's the last one for the protocol contract, I think. Then for the blockchain side, I think there are a few things missing to track the Zeta token. Yeah, once we complete this one, but maybe you can already start working on it. That should be next step, Tanmay.
Sure. You mean the documentation for the changes?
Wait. No. Yeah, we should have this. I mean, the same for SWE. We should have the peers and area of concerns.
Okay.
But yeah, there is few tasks like tracking the Zeta accounting, like what chain contain what Zeta.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this one. I think that should not be very complex compared to the previous one. So I think this is doable this week. And yeah, that's the last part. For smart contracts, that's very trivial. I think we need also the ability to set a cap. I don't know if it's already the case.
No, currently is max supply.
Okay, so I will add this one. Okay, so yeah, overall, that's just this track setup part that's missing. But otherwise, I don't see anything that will be blocking for this one, for V33. Yeah, so that's the three main pieces for the release. The main part will be Cosmos, and so we'll see the progress this week. Eventually, we'll try to be more focusing on this one, so we ensure that everything is good for V33. For V33 as well, there is this one, the reduced data plug time that we did, but there are still some follow-up tasks to monitor the state growth. And so you created this one, Charlie. Do you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, so we've talked before about reducing block time. And basically there's some values we can kind of tweak and adjust and play around with, but there's some that it doesn't, at least to me, make sense to have everyone running their own separate config. So I don't know why we can't just essentially hard code some of these ones, especially around the basically the timeout deltas, because we can adjust, and let's say like something goes wrong with adjusting one of the other timeout values, as long as the timeout deltas are in sync across everything, the network will still eventually recover itself. But if the timeout deltas are out of sync, you'll end up with one set of validators that are like multiple rounds ahead, and the other ones will be behind, and they'll never sync back up. So that seems like the more important value to make sure we synchronize across everything. And so when we talked about this before, it was like going to update the config file, but it would still read the value from the config file, which has a different set of problems depending how validators or node operators are running their running their nodes. So I wanted to propose this, where essentially we're just going to say these are the timeout delta values for the entire network, and then they're just used. It doesn't matter what's in someone's config file; it just uses the ones that we set in the code.
Okay.
So I'm definitely open to like why that's a bad idea. Like as far as I can tell, it seems to be like fine. Like it having people running their own separate delta seems riskier, because at least with these other timeout values, we can kind of tell right away if one validator is like acting differently than the others, right? We can see, oh, every time they're a proposer, the block takes a second longer or whatever. But the deltas we won't know until rounds are skipped. And so we won't actually know if people haven't configured it until there's a problem. And that's, that compounds that problem, because now we're going to have things getting worse.
So this would not be a consensus ringing change, right? It's per validator.
So if people voluntarily do it, it is not consensus breaking unless like a voting round is skipped and it has to fall back to like, it doesn't reach consensus under the like voting round 1 and goes to voting round 2, then it will be consensus breaking. Or maybe not, it's not consensus breaking in like the traditional way where we're going to get like an app hash error. But
yeah, it's not in the application at least.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably needs a little bit more thought. Like I don't think we need to make a for sure call on it right now, but it would be good to get a few people to read through this. I think I did a decent job explaining where it is and what my thought process on it is. So open to other ideas and feedback for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question here. Do we want to just do we want to panic, or we don't want to override config? We had like a similar solution that we can use. I think there is also a flag. We just didn't merge that PR, but we were overwriting config instead of just logging error.
Yeah, my concern with overwriting the config is, let's say someone's running through like Kubernetes or some other environment where they're just, I guess every time it reloaded the system, it could overwrite the config file. I was worried with that approach that, because it only overwrites the config file when the upgrade happens, right? It doesn't overwrite it every time it starts the node, right?
In that PR, it was on the start. But I guess we can tweak that PR just to log error instead. I wanted to say there is like a mechanism for config check already there, so we can reuse a bunch of things, I think.
Yes, yeah. What you wrote before is what I had in mind. My main concern with that was just if we're only overriding the config file, like at the upgrade height, for example, operators who are using like their config is enforced some other way through like Ansible or through like a Kubernetes config file is after that first time running it, it's just going to revert back to their previous state and they may never know. So I was thinking panic, where basically it's like, hey, if you don't, well, yeah, it would panic if they didn't have it set correctly, or we just force the same value, where we say it doesn't matter, we ignore what's in the config file and we use our required parameters.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought about the panicking as well. It's just like if it doesn't match, if the config file doesn't match what we want it to be, then we panic. My concern there is the next upgrade, we have a third of validators down because they didn't change the config file or something like that.
Okay. So I think as a plan, we can keep the focus for those three, which are the main piece for the release, then look at this one since it's not fully consensus breaking. I think that would be fine. Maybe we can work with ZetaChain since I think Solution Encore will be the first to be completed. Yeah, so there is a proper contract. We already talked about that. I just want to follow up still on V33. There are some other remaining tasks. I think they are less a priority, but maybe there were some comments on that. There are some I plan to have look into if this can be completed easily. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just push those in the V34. So like the bugs, I'm gonna look into it this week.
I'd be curious if the unifier PC metrics, if that's already been. I know Dimitri did a lot of work to improve the like Prometheus metrics that came out of that. If
Yeah, this one we didn't do clear tracking. I mean, even the task it's not fully clear. Do you have any feedback on that, Dimitri?
Well, as far as I recall, Alex wanted to converge some older metrics to a new format. I think the difference is in labels, probably because like in some cases we use only chain ID, in other cases we also use some extra fields, maybe this one, but yeah, frankly, I don't recall fully the context either.
yeah, the context was like I think you had done this for one chain. I think it's Bitcoin and this issue, and we wanted to make it consistent across all of them. But I think since then, some work has been done to make them more consistent. So this issue could potentially be closed. But it was just I think the improvements you had made for reporting our metrics on the Bitcoin design. We wanted to do everybody.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit this one.
Yeah, I think rather than keep moving that one forward, because we moved it forward like 3 versions, we should just confirm if we still need to do it. If we do, let's make a new one that actually outlines the work involved.
I think like the biggest challenge is that if we agree on any implementation, we need to ensure that all of the machinery follows the new metrics, right? Because we have alerts based on those metrics, and they will like instantly trigger themselves, right? If we like, I'm saying that it's more like an operational task rather than something for
Yeah, this development change would increase operational work, so we have to go and refactor a lot of those. But if it does make things better overall, that doesn't
because I
hurt.
also assume that other providers and observer signers, they already adopted those metrics, right? So it's not only our validator and observer signer.
Yeah, we can communicate those changes to them. It depends how big those changes are.
Okay, yeah, we can follow up on this.
Okay. So I know I will leave it here. Yeah, and for the other one, so I will look at it this week. Yeah, so for protocol contracts, we already talked about that. I'm not sure there were other discussion topic. So we talked about this one to improve the message context. For the other one, gas limit in withdraw, that's trivial. There's already the peer. Otherwise, yeah, so we're just gonna complete those, then move forward with the upgrade. Do you have any other comment, Sajan?
No.
Cool.
Yeah, we're planning that upgrade for this week.
We'll complete the peer, then we can upgrade on testnet. We might just need to check with Omer regarding the changes. I think it's very trivial changes, but there could still be some risk of bug introduced. So yeah.
Okay.
Moving forward, so speedrun, the plan is to integrate on the hub. There is a design ongoing, so design work ongoing to look at how the integration will be. There will be some updates at the beginning of this week. That's for integration. In the implementation, there is still bug fixing in progress. So on smart contracts, everything works almost. There is just deposit from Avalanche to ZetaChain that fails for some reason. That's still in investigation. And yeah, I don't know if Peter is in the call. I'm not sure since we're already 10, but I think he already also made some improvements in the backend. Are you in the call, Peter?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've also been making a bunch of updates to the backend. I found I think the reason like why I stopped working after a couple of days is there was like a restart of like the WebSockets, but it was causing like some Go routine leaks. So that's been fixed now. So we don't need to like continue to do like the restarts. And then sorry, what were you saying? Which route was not working for you?
Avalanche to Zeta.
Okay, I will test that.
It's purely on the smart contracts.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Even if I just use smart contracts without the forfeiture, it fails. There is a bug.
Got it. Yeah. And then the monitoring side, still working on that. Just like get all the alerting set up into going into like Slack and other data sources as well. It actually is going to go through Incident IO, but Incident IO is just going to go send it into Slack.
Sounds good. So yeah, basic alerting system, that will be a necessity for the first go live. Yeah, that's basically it. On speedrun side, we'll still have 4 minutes, unless someone had something to bring up. I just wanted to check in this 34. Nice question for you, Charlie. Is there already some functionally major features we should think about for 34?
There's a few things. I don't think a bunch we can like outline right now. There's always a continuum around performance improvements and things like that. And then I think figuring out what the next steps are with Cosmos CVM, right? Because we're going to get this 0.3, and then there's going to be figuring out what their V1 looks like. So yeah, nothing concrete to say right now.
Good. I added this one refunding the Unuse token. It's been there's a peer that's been in draft mode, I think, for a few months. So yeah, we should wrap this one up. But that's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I see, right? Because we're wrapping up a lot of the chain integration work, and then I think we'll have a little bit of space to sort of handle any small leftover tasks that haven't been completed yet. Take care of some more. I know we're doing a lot of DevX improvements right now on contracts, but there's probably some more DevX improvements we can make there.
Mhm. Cool. Yeah, we'll stop sharing my screen.
So I just want to say,
Yeah.
if there's nothing left, I just want to kind of leave off with a bit of a summary of kind of where we're at, because I think we do a great job of talking about the work we're doing and we're going to get done, but we don't always do a great job of telling everyone listening about the work we've done recently. So I just wanted to kind of, a lot of what this team's been working on has made huge improvements, right? We've improved recently the cross-chain transaction speeds for a lot of chains. So anyone using like our Polygon, like doing inbound transactions from Polygon, that's about 75% faster. Base is about 30% faster. We sped up Ethereum by a little bit, 5 to 10%. We got Sui and Tansport, right, are live in testnet and are going to be live on mainnet super soon. I know we've said that for a few of these calls, but Sui should be going live in the next couple of weeks here, actually much sooner than that. And then I think the progress happening on block time, Cosmos EVM, and like the DevX improvements on the contracts are all really great.
Yeah, that's worth mentioning. Cool. We have another call in 1 minute. I think that's it. Thanks everyone for joining, and have a great week ahead. Bye.
Bye, everyone.